False allegations are messed up, especially in a world where there's so many weirdos and creeps that actually do weird things. It's crazy to accuse innocent men of doing something that they haven't done. And we usually see this type of stuff happen with big time celebrities, athletes, especially athletes. And most of the time it's done in the pursuit of money, a payday, check, or maybe because they cheated on you and you're just trying to ruin their reputation. Or maybe you cheated on them and you're trying to ruin their reputation. But we'll get to that later. But at the same time, there's also a lot of allegations that are real, like the P. Diddy situation, which it hasn't been ruled officially yet, but I'm not gonna lie, them parties look looking crazy. But even in situations where the allegations are most likely true, people still want to find a way to get paid for accusing people falsely, or most likely falsely, let me say that. And allegedly, this is what happened to Odell Beckham and Druski. So if you don't know who Odell or Druski are, Odell is a football player who was famous for making that one-handed catch, you know, the Odell catch, you know what I'm talking about. And Druski is a pretty popular comedian that's been blowing up crazily recently and also has no house, or he's just never home. It was one of the two. But recently, there's been a lawsuit made against the two for allegedly doing some weird stuff at the Diddy party. The lawsuit was from a girl who accused the two of rape back in 2018 at a Diddy party. I'm gonna read you these files and you're gonna see what I mean, because it was very descriptive. Let me just say that. So on point 77, instead of immediately graping plaintiff, defendant Druski doused plaintiff with more oil lubricant and then jumped on top of plaintiff's naked and oiled up body, treating it like a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. Yes, that's an actual legal document. And it gets crazier because apparently Druski has actually attended a Diddy party before, as well as Odell. If you was curious about how Odell's in this document, basically after Druski oiled up the girl, Odell came in for seconds, allegedly. But both of them have publicly stated they've both been to Diddy parties before. Druski has a pretty popular podcast clip of him saying that he went to a Diddy party and just laughing about it. But at the same time, what are these allegations? Like, there's actually no way the lawyer and the defendant actually thought people were gonna believe this. You're finna tell me that Druski doused the defendant in oil and then jumped on her? Brother, she will be dead. Like, come on, are we talking about the same Druski? I ain't even trying to fat shame for real. But at the same time, Druski jumping up and down on an oiled up body, like, bro, you would crush her to death. And you know the crazy part about this whole thing? People on the internet was actually believing this too. And it's because Druski was at a Diddy party, like I just mentioned earlier. But at the same time, it's very obvious that this isn't true. And Druski and his team quickly put out a statement stating that there's absolutely no way this could happen because Druski wasn't even popular in 2018. He was living with his moms and he didn't even know Diddy. So like, there's actually no way that it could have been him. This kind of gave an alibi for Odell too, because I mean, if Druski wasn't there, how we finna validate the Odell statement? So both of them kind of got into the clear once that happened, which makes it even crazier to why this was a lawsuit anyways. This was just insane. But in my opinion, this brings up a great topic. We gotta stop these fake allegations, man. Like, even though this Druski and Odell situation is obviously fake, what if the lawyer and defendant weren't being dumb and they actually made a valid argument, or let me just say lie, that people actually believed fully? They could have very well ruined Druski's career, especially since people already know that he's been to Diddy parties before. This kind of shows you how dangerous faking allegations can really get. You really could have just ruined an innocent man's life just because you wanted some money. Like, greed is a horrible thing when you get too tapped into it. But what can be worse than greed is jealousy and envy, which is what happened to Xavier Worthy. Now, if you thought the last one was crazy, I'm telling you, this one is even wilder because a lot of what I'm finna say actually happened and it's confirmed that it actually happened. So Xavier Worthy has a girlfriend named Tia Jones. She's a track athlete and she's pretty good at what she does. If you don't know who Xavier Worthy is, he's an NFL wide receiver for the Chiefs and he's actually been pretty good. It was his rookie season last year. He played well all season and he also played well in the Super Bowl even though the Chiefs did lose. But he's a very promising talent and he's very, very, very talented. But sometimes even if you're talented on the field, off the field issues can really mess you up. And this is exactly what happened with him and his girl Tia Jones, because one day after practice or workouts, he came home and he realized that his girl Tia was cheating on him. And of course he crashed out a little bit, but there was no physical altercation, mostly verbal, and he basically told her that she has a week to get out of the house. But fast forward to a week and she's refusing to leave. So Xavier and Tia get into another altercation, but this time it gets violent, but not in the way you think. Tia ends up trying to beat his ass, and she actually does do a lot of damage. I mean, apparently she was hitting him him. She pulled out some of his hair to the point where he had to cut off the rest of his locks after the altercation because it looked so crazy. And overall, it was a pretty loud commotion because neighbors heard and kind of seen what was going on. But see, here's the thing, right? Tia is a national athlete. Her reputation really does matter. So before Xavier could publicly break up with her and say that she cheated on him, she decided to file a domestic violence accusation against Worthy, even though she's the one that hit him. Like, the utter audacity of this girl, it's crazy. You hit him, and then you proceeded to accuse him of assault against you. What are you talking about? And word on the street is allegedly she was trying to do this so she can get his money, because as soon as she accused him, he actually got arrested, and he was facing up to 2 to 10 years in prison before it got disproven. I'm gonna tell you how it got disproven in a second, but stay with me. If Xavier did go to jail, since technically she was his fiance at the time, his salary money from the Chiefs would go to her, which is something you probably didn't know about, but that's why we see a lot of domestic violence charges against these athletes, or let me say allegations, let me say that, because there's a lot of money involved if you file it and you have any bit of evidence. But Tia never received that money because it was quickly proven that this whole assault charge was fake. And the reason why is because they have a camera in their home and it literally caught the whole fight. Like, how are you finna accuse this man of assault when you're literally on camera shown to be assaulting him? That's just slow. But once the evidence was shown, the whole entire case was actually dropped. But the impact and the hit on Xavier Worthy's reputation still stayed because this whole story went viral. His mugshot went viral, the whole story went viral, and everybody thought that Xavier Worthy hit on this girl, when in all reality, she hit on him. And for some reason, she gets to walk away from this whole situation like nothing ever happened, while Xavier's reputation is utterly ruined. Disgusting. This shouldn't be allowed to happen. A lot of y'all might disagree with this, but I honestly feel like whenever you falsely accuse a man of doing something, whatever time he got, you should get yourself. And I don't feel like that's crazy to say that, because the amount of women that are ruining these athletes, these celebrities' lives just to get bread is absolutely crazy, and it's something that needs to be stopped. I mean, there's literally a stereotype of white girls dating athletes, and then whenever they get to the NFL, they accuse them of something and steal their money. That's literally a thing that happens a good amount of the time. Mind you, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened so much that people literally make jokes about it. That is not funny at all. And the only argument I can think of to make against this is that it could discourage women from accusing actual rapists because they don't have enough evidence, which is a sad reality. But at the same time, it's gotten to this length because other women who aren't victims want to play the victim so they can get money, which is very evil when you really think about it, because you have traumatized women out here fighting to get justice from a criminal doing a crazy, inhumane act upon them, and here you go accusing somebody of rape just because you're trying to get an easy payday. Like, shame is real, and it's a lost art that we need to bring back. I truly do feel bad for any victims of rape and assault in their life, but I also feel equally as bad as people who have been accused of that and they never did it, because both lives end up getting ruined. Besides that, I think that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. Hope y'all liked it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know y'all opinions down in the comment section, bro. I don't know, man. I just don't like this. I don't like to see this, bro. Especially from a black girl to a black guy. We brothers and sisters. We ain't supposed to be doing this to each other, man. And if you're actually defending any of the accusers in this video, you're a part of the problem. I don't care what I gotta say. I don't care how you sound, bro. You are a part of the problem. Tap into my Twitch, tap into my Rants channel, tap into my live channel, and go stalk my Instagram if you really do like me. Besides that, like the video, subscribe on the way out. It really does help me and support me. Leave a comment. Besides that, I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay blessed. God love you. Jesus love you. Thank you. And goodbye, because you know I love you too.